we didn't expect so many people. I will start with Hola, welcome, dzień dobry, and yesas in Greek language, as far as I'm concerned. Welcome to Barcelona, and we are very glad that you find some time to visit our conference. The first are so excited, and I hope the numbers you will see in a minute will be also very excited for you. My t-shirt is not a coincidence. You can see the number 5 here. And all of you who are interested in FC Barcelona, you know probably that this is number which is used by Carles Puyol. He's probably one of the best defender in the world. But we are not defenders. We are rather strikers, and we will show you just in a minute why we are calling ourselves in this way. With me and the main players today will be two gentlemen, two very important players in our squad. The first one, the brain of our team is Jürgen Van Jensen, our CEO. And as a support for difficult question, we have also Bartosz Dobrzyński, our key striker, our CMO, and he will be open for answering your question just after the short presentation we have. If you are asking what the position our CEO is playing, he's not a striker, he's not the type of a striker. I would call him rather a midfield player, but he is organizing the play. I would call him libero, yeah, not in a football, I think. He's somebody like Xavi or something like that. So let's start with the presentation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Play annual press conference. We are writing the title, Play is a unique case in Europe, and we can say as a fourth operator in Poland, but also Poland is a unique case in Europe, which we will come a little bit back to. The presentation will probably take no more than 10-15 minutes, and then we are open for questions afterwards. So first of all, why are we dragging you to Barcelona, except from the fact that it's a beautiful city? We thought it was a good idea to talk about what has happened in the past in the context of the biggest gathering of mobile expertise and mobile people in the world, where we are looking a lot into the future. And I've been attending the Mobile World Congress quite a few times, and I'm always saying that what we see here today may happen in 5 years, and for sure will happen in 10 years from now. So the predictions that we see here is very much about the future, but not the future as we will experience it right tomorrow. We have other issues for tomorrow and the day after, but the Mobile World Congress is about the future in the years to come. So also from that perspective, welcome to Barcelona and to the future of the mobile world and how it's going to look like. Briefly about Play, for those who do not know Play in great detail. Play is unique also in the sense that we are owned by two private persons. Well, people are private, but actually privately owned, in the sense that on the left side, majority shareholder is Olympia Development, which is controlled by Panos Giamanos from Greece, and Panos Giamanos is the chairman of our board. And we also owned by Noveta, which is controlled by Thor Bjørkopson with 49.3%. So in that sense, we are unique that we are privately owned, and we have, which some already have, but we are in one of the largest market in Europe. So what that, sorry, I just had a terrible cold, so my voice is breaking a few times probably. What that means to us is fast decision making and a very hands-on approach to the market development in Poland. We have been growing quite fast in the last period, and what we announced today is that end of this quarter we expect to have 12% market share in a large market. Poland is large in many ways. People don't really realize it, but first of all, Poland covers 312,000 square kilometers. That's about this big. Germany, for instance, is 357,000 square kilometers. That's slightly bigger, but just to think about it, Poland is actually, in terms of area, almost as big as the can we still say combined Germany. So there's a lot of area to cover. There's 38 million people in Poland, and in terms of uniqueness, we can see that Poland in the crisis year 2009 and 2010 still managed to actually create a positive GDP. So in 2009, the GDP, despite the crisis, was growing by 1.5%. Last year it was 3.5%, and this year is estimated to be around 4.1%, 4.2%. So also in that respect, the Polish market is a unique case in Europe. Also for those who are interested, Polish GDP on a nominal basis, which means real term money, is actually the 20th largest economy in the world. America is number 1, China just became number 2, Japan number 3, and Poland is number 20 in the world in terms of GDP. Enough about that. If we look at what has happened for other entrants in the mobile world, normally they come into the market, they grow a little bit, and then they grow slowly for the years to come. And what this should illustrate, I'll move over here, is this is the development of Play. And as we say, by end of this quarter, we expect 12% market share. Most other operators, fourth operators, late entrants, have had either a strong growth and then flattened, or a slower growth. So something has been done differently, either in Play or among our competitors. The one good example, and it's always good to have a good example, is Aveva from Turkey, who has managed to crawl up to 20% market share. So it's good to have somebody that you can look at and say, they did it, so we have to do it as well. So from a start in 2007 until the end of this quarter, 12%. And we just want to go briefly through what is the history of this development. So Play launched first what is traditional, a 3G network, banking on the new 3G era, smartphones that were supposed to come, and mobile broadband, i.e. the dongle business, connecting your laptops to the mobile internet. And this was also the strategy of Play 2007 and 8, positioning itself with a high-quality 3G network and becoming quickly a market leader in mobile broadband business, which, by the way, we perceive ourselves to be still. What is a little bit unusual was the next step in the development, deploying a 2G network. Like everybody else, we had a national roaming agreement, in our case with one of the incumbents, Qualcomm. And we decided, or the company decided, because I was not present at the time, to build a 2G network to increase flexibility and independence from the national roaming provider, and also to have, let's say, the financial means to build a strong market share in the prepaid market, which is a big market in Poland. So there was an extensive rollout of 2G. Hans, who is sitting on the corner, and his team built more than 80% population coverage in basically less than 1 year. So in 2009, the company positioned itself as an aggressive provider in the prepaid area. I said in the beginning that we, here in Barcelona, we are thinking about and looking at what is the future, what is coming in many years from now. In 2010, Play looked at what is relevant right now, is still the voice business in Poland, and we would like to be a market leader in growth in the attractive postpaid segment. And for that matter, we launched a number of initiatives, all centered around what in Polish is called the Free State, that we launched actually exactly a year ago, which is a simple value for money offering on postpaid tariff. And that led to a quite successful growth in 2010. And we can now say that we are definitely a leader in the growth in voice in both prepaid and postpaid for the past 12 months. We have taken then another step forward. We have signed a new national roaming agreement with Qualcomm because they realized that unless they offered us better terms and conditions, we would eventually cover all of Poland with our own network. So we can now offload some of our 2G traffic, our GSM traffic, to Qualcomm, And we have taken this opportunity, again, by Hans and his team in record time, to build an extensive HSPA Plus network, 4G network, on the 900 frequencies we have available in the rural areas. So we are now, from being, let's say, a challenger, which is normally a company that is behind on technology, we are now taking leadership in network in order to be the best network for the future of the smartphones. How does that look in geographical terms, in picture terms? On the left side you see a typical HSPA Plus 2100 megahertz, if that says something, network from Play or from Orange or Era or T-Mobile called Era, or Vodafone called Vodafone. So on the left side you see what all four of us had until recently. On the right hand side you see what Play is now offering by the end of April this year. An extensive coverage for quadrupling the coverage from 15% of the area to 60% of the area. So we are taking a big leap forward. And again, we are unique in the sense that it is unique that a challenger is taking a superior position in network rollout and in network quality. That was basically a short introduction to what has happened at Play, and we will show a few numbers what that meant for the year 2010. We ended the year 2009 with roughly 3.5 million clients. We ended last year with a number 5,162,421. And if my voice was more clear, I could even say in Polish, I would say, but 5 million and a bit, i.e. 49.5% growth. We have rounded it to 50 for ease of understanding. So we grew the customer base by 50% last year. Easily done, some would say. It's just a matter of giving things away. So let's look at the revenue later. The postpaid base at the end of 2009 was 1.4 million, give and take, and prepaid was 2 million. We grew in both areas, but as I said, we had a specific focus on postpaid last year. So by the end of 2010, we had 2.2 million postpaid subscribers. And for those who are familiar with the Polish market, where there's a product called Mix, we can say that we assigned the Mix product because it's a contract to the postpaid side of the screen. So, and we had almost 3 million prepaid. Of course, we could have said, why didn't we make the last 75,000 to make 3 million, but we didn't. That's for next year. Mobile broadband was the starting point of the company. We had 300,000 by end of 2009, and we grew that by more than 100% last year to have a customer base of more than 700,000 mobile broadband customers end of 2010. And with the new HSPA Plus network, we will probably gain some more also in 2011. Revenue is important. We closed year 2009 with 1.434 billion zloty, and that would be 320 million euro, give and take, the daily rate. But it's 1 to 4 roughly, so 320 million euro. And we closed last year with, here we made it, 2 billion and a bit, I can say. So we passed the 2 billion mark revenues of more than 500 million euro, and again more than 50% growth. So despite the fact that our tariff determined by the regulator was decreasing, we managed to have the same growth in revenues as we have in subscriber base, because we managed to move our customer base to higher tariff, to better tariff, giving them more value for money. So it's a very good and very satisfactory result for 2010.